Why should I give my money to an institution when I could just keep it in my safe or under my mattress and it will be perfectly safe there? I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know how they're gonna use my money, but trust me, there are some good things about having a bank account, and I'm just gonna let you know them right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Reni. If it's your first time, welcome. On my channel, I do fashion, finance, lifestyle, career, and much more. So make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button if you like the content that you see here today. Today I'm going to do a video all about bank accounts. So I actually realized that I jumped right into investing and all these different share ownership plans, but I didn't really go into the basics, and I realized that I missed out on some people who may not have the base knowledge. As my pastor always says, assume zero knowledge. So that's what I'm doing today. I know that I jumped right to investing, but we're gonna go right back and start at bank accounts. Why you need a bank account, what a bank account actually is, how you can open a bank account. Even if you know this information, I implore you to share it with a friend who is less financially literate than you, or to just share it with your children or any young people who may not have a bank account yet. According to the Canadian Banking Association, 2.2 million Canadians across the country do not have a bank account. So this just goes to show that it is not common knowledge that you need to open a bank account. I know a lot of people are skeptical about having a bank account because they feel like, why should I give my money to an institution when I could just keep it in my safe or under my mattress and it will be perfectly safe there? I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know how they're gonna use my money, but trust me, there are some good things about having a bank account, and I'm just gonna let you know them right now. So let's start from the very beginning. What is a bank account? A bank account is an account that is maintained by a bank or any other financial institution, and it keeps a record of transactions between the financial institution and the customer, which is you or me. So instead of keeping your money under your mattress or in that safe, you put your money in this financial institution, and then you can withdraw it anytime across the world with a debit card. A debit card is what they give you once you open that bank account, and it allows you to withdraw from any ATM across the world. There are a number of different bank accounts across the world, but I'm going to focus on the checking account and the savings account. These are the two accounts that I suggest you open when you first open a bank account. The first one, a checking account, is one that is used for everyday transactions. So this is used for paying your bills, it is used for putting your paycheck in, it is used for getting groceries, and your debit card allows you to take money, as I said, take money out and pay for items that using the money that is in your checking account. Another account is the savings account. So a savings account is where your money is there more long-term than a checking account, and this is basically where you're accumulating wealth and trying to put money away for a certain thing or just for a rainy day. This is where you can have your emergency fund. Usually there are much less transactions in your savings account, so they may have only 5 transactions a month, just to make sure that you're not taking out all your money that you're meant to be saving for a rainy day. In savings accounts, there is interest, and interest allows your money to grow. So if you keep your money in a savings account, and it will grow, say 1% or 1.25% every year. So it compounds and it grows, and this is a benefit of having a savings account rather than just keeping it under your mattress. Who can open a bank account? In Canada, anybody can open a bank account as long as you have 2 things. So you need government issued ID. This could be your passport, or this could be your driver's license. And then you also need a SIN number. So this is your social insurance number. This question is, when should I open a bank account? So I think that everyone should open a bank account as soon as you hear this video. Your parents can open one even when you are a child. So my parents opened one for me when I was very young, I think 4 years old. And this is a good way to save money for your child in that account. Of course, your child is not able to legally manage the account, so you will be a joint account owner with your child, but it is a free account, so there's no harm in getting it, and it's a good way to separate the money that you're saving for your kids from the money that you have in your personal account. Ideally, once you start accumulating money, you need to start opening a bank account. So even when you get your first job, they need to be able to pay you, and they pay you through depositing into your bank account. So the next question is, how do I open a bank account? In Canada, there are actually 88 banks. I had no idea that there were even this many, but from my research, I learned there are 88 banks across Canada. Make sure you check and you research and look which one is best for you. Right now, during Corona times, I don't know about you, but I'm not going into any banks. So what you can do is open a bank account online. I'll actually be showing you exactly how I open a bank account right now. So I'm going to open an account on BMO, Bank of Montreal's website. BMO is one of the largest banks in Canada. It is actually the oldest bank in Canada, and they have many different options. So I'll just go to the bank account section. They have bank accounts for students, newcomers to Canada, Canadian Forces, veterans, and RCMP, and then other basic checking accounts, savings accounts, and other bank accounts. So I will just do one for students today because I know many of the people who watch me are students. So I would just click students. So there's an option right here called the Plus plan. It is actually free, which is amazing. We want to save as much money as possible, especially as students. A lot of student accounts are free across Canada, but the second you graduate, I know the second I graduated, they started charging me the most expensive plan. So once you graduate, make sure you check your plan and then you can reevaluate what plan you actually want to use. But for now, we'll go with the student plan, and you have the option to click here to open an account. It says all you need is your social insurance number and a Canadian address, and then let's apply. It's very straightforward. Ask me for my full legal name, so we're just gonna put a random name right now, and we are going to choose my birthday, and then your email address at gmail.com. Then I ask for where I live, and then a number that they can reach me at, 905 123. So it asks you about your employment. Are you full-time? Are you part-time, self-employed, casual contract, seasonal, or unemployed? So right now I'm gonna say I am part-time because that's what I was as a student. I work in sales as a retail employee. And then where do I get my income from? So some of us, especially as students, get money from our family. Then we also work part-time. Then there's some scholarships that we may get. So we can add all of those things and click next. And then they ask for your social insurance number. If you live outside the country and you're not currently paying taxes in Canada, you would just select no. Then if you're a U.S. citizen, there are some rules that apply and some tax implications, so you just have to indicate whether or not you're a U.S. citizen or not, or a U.S. tax resident as well. Then you'll go, so it'll ask you if you're a tax resident in any other country. So if you are a student from Nigeria and you pay taxes in Nigeria, you would choose Nigeria, but I'm just gonna say no because most of you are not paying taxes back home. And then we would just say, what are you going to be using this account for? So a lot of us will be using it for our everyday expenses, and then savings. So you can open either a savings one or invest or checking. Right now we're opening this checking account, and then we check to see that all our information is okay, and then we'll just press confirm or apply. It's that simple to open a bank account. The last question is, why should I have a bank account? So I'm going to go over the pros and the cons of having a bank account. So for the pros, I think that you should have a bank account because it is a safe place to keep your money. Compared to under your bed, where if someone came into your house and robbed your house, deposits into your bank account are covered by the FDIC. If the bank loses your money, the FDIC will make sure they cover it. Next, it is more convenient to hold your money in a bank account than to hold cash all the time. Most places in Canada accept debit or credit. A lot of places are actually going cashless, so they don't accept cash at all, so it's in your best interest to really open a bank account. In other countries, like when I lived in Thailand, it's a very cash economy and cash is king. So if you did not have cash, you would not be able to purchase many things. But in Canada, if you live in Canada, you probably need a bank account. One more reason why I think you should open a bank account is the ability to track what's going in and out. So a bank account lists all your transactions throughout the month, so it shows if you've spent, how much you spent and how much came into your account. And a lot of these banks actually have great budgeting and tracking tools within the apps, and they allow you to track exactly what you're spending your money on. This is a great way to actually make sure that you're staying on top of your expenses and not overexerting yourself. You do not have this luxury with cash unless you're actually manually writing it down and then making sure you remember and keeping all your receipts and showing exactly what is going in and what is going out. Some of the cons for having a bank account: although your money is secured, all your deposits are secured, if somebody actually has your card and knows your PIN, they can definitely go in and take your money from your account. This doesn't happen very often, but if it does, unfortunately, I don't think that you will be able to get your money back unless you can prove that it's fraud. Another downfall of having a bank account is sometimes if you're swiping constantly with your debit card, you don't actually realize how much money is going out. So for some people, seeing the cash actually leave their hand is a way to know, oh wow, I'm actually spending too much money. But if you have a debit card, you're constantly swiping and you don't actually see the money going off out of your account. If you're the type of person who will continue to swipe and swipe and swipe, then you could run yourself dry. So make sure you know what kind of person you are before you open these bank accounts. There are a few things to consider when you're opening a bank account. So make sure you consider the interest rate that you're getting. Some savings accounts have higher interest rates than others. Although I encourage you to invest your money versus saving your money, you do need to save for an emergency fund. So I suggest getting a bank account with the highest interest rate possible, of course. The next thing is consider the monthly fees. So that not all accounts are made equally. Some of them have exorbitant fees and some are completely free. I know Simply has some great accounts and they are all free. So I would just make sure that you look into the certain account that you're going to open and compare across the banks. Don't just go with the first one you find. Make sure you look at all the different accounts that are available. The next thing to note is the number of transactions that you are given. So if you are given 5 transactions a month, but you know you need your account 20 times a month, and make sure that you are not getting this account because you'll be constantly paying every single month for these fees for going over your limit. The last thing is rewards. So a lot of accounts will give you rewards for just signing up. So make sure you're getting those rewards. Some will give you a free iPad if you sign up and put $500 in the account. You can even get cash back on your debit purchases. So make sure that you're researching and getting the best account for you and your lifestyle. If this was helpful, of course, please let me know in the comments below and let me know what kind of bank accounts you have. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.